Today, we will be discussing the spell Disguise Self. Disguise Self is a level 1 illusion spell, primarily used by bards, sorcerers, and wizards. Casting time for this spell is 1 action. The range at which you can cast the spell is Self. The components required to cast the spell are verbal, which means you speak the spell, and somatic, which means you use hand gestures to cast the spell. Duration of this spell is 1 hour. You make yourself, including any armor, clothing, and weapons, as well as any other belongings on yourself, look different until the spell ends. You can seem 1 foot shorter or 1 foot taller than you are. However, you must choose a form that has the same basic limb arrangements as yourself. However, the changes made by the spell fail to hold any kind of existence. For example, should you create a hat on your head, objects will pass through the hat and anyone trying to grab the hat will fail. If creatures wish to discern your look, they can make an intelligence check against your spell DC. I don't need to tell you how well and how many times Disguise Self has helped people gather information, get out of particularly dangerous situations, and have a little bit of fun doing it by being disguised as something or another. However, Disguise Self can come in very handy whether you need to sneak into a city or into a particular ball that might be having some very particular executives that you need to be speaking to. However, you need to be careful as Disguise Self is an illusion spell and some mages can see right through magic. So this is a particularly dangerous spell to use should you be in a place filled with the arcanery. However, I want to know how craftily you have used this to get by something you probably shouldn't have.